This is Beloved Technology. Today, in just 30 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to design graphics on your phone using PixelLab. And not only that, through this tutorial, you will learn about graphic design, everything about PixelLab, and how to design a very simple flyer on your phone. But before we start, please subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscription button right now. God bless you. I use Pinterest to get my backgrounds and also some design idea. Let's start. We need to exit out of this PixelLab and restart the PixelLab. This is PixelLab here, and this will be the first screen you are going to see when you launch it. These 5 buttons, or what should I call it, these 5 buttons down here, they stand for each section in the PixelLab application. So I'm going to delete this one, so I will show you. Now this first part is like where you can get a template design for whatever you want to design, and this second, which that carry this letter A, is for text. Any settings you want to apply to your text, any effects, any design, any styles you want to apply to your text to make it look 3D or whatever, this is where you can find it. And this place is about object. It is where you can insert objects like stickers, for instance. This is stickers, and mind you, this PixelLab I'm using is look a little bit more advanced. The normal PixelLab you can get on Google Play. I will put the link for where you can download this kind of PixelLab, because this PixelLab has more than just normal stickers. You can get some other effects like this glowing something from it. So, and more advanced emojis are there too. So that is just an object. This place is for object, and you can also draw if you like. There is more to this drawing. Don't worry, you will see in one of our next tutorial. I will show you what you can do more about this drawing. We also have shapes. So these shapes is where you can insert any kind of shape you like, you want to use. So we'll talk about that in other tutorials, but in this tutorial I'm about to start, you will see some other things. And we have beziers and arrows. This third section is for objects. So, and the fourth section is for the background colors. That's where you can set your background color to whatever color you like. We have both normal color, and we also have gradient. Gradient is a combination of 2 colors, 2 or 3 or more than 2 colors. So, and then we also have where you can set, if you want your background to be transparent, this is where you can set that. You can also set your image size. So your image size must you can, if you are designing a flyer that will be distributed, most of these flyers are usually in a portrait format. So if you want that kind of format, then you need to set it. If it's going to be 3x4, 5x4, whatever flyer. So if this is where you can set the size of your document. But if you know you are posting on a social media platform, most of the time they are in 1:1 ratio. So if it is Instagram, there are so many styles of them here. So like if I click on this Facebook cover, that will be landscape, and I click on it to see the way it looks like. And if I switch it back to just a profile picture, and it comes back to 1:1 ratio, 1:1 ratio. So that's that about that. You can also crop and do a lot of things from this place. This is all about your background, while this one is another advanced effect that applies to most of your design. Let me change my color back to gradient, and then now, so this one, the last section here, is more than, so it has a lot of effect that we can add, like so like this one, and so many other effects there. The brightness of your design, this one affects the overall of your design. So we'll get to know that much as we go into it. So But today, like I said, we'll be designing something like this that looks like this. This is one of my latest design. So we'll be doing a design that looks like this. Like I said, the background, I've already created the background, so you may not see the process. I will create a tutorial on how you can create a background using PixelLab. So graphic design in itself is the organization and presentation of information developed through creative process for a particular function. So if you want to design a graphic, naturally you need to sit down, think about the structure and everything, so the kind of visual element you want to use. But we have websites like Pinterest. They also have an application whereby you can just go to the Pinterest app and you can get design idea from it. So we create a tutorial on how you can get design idea about your design from Pinterest. But today I already make a design already, so I already have the kind of graphics I want to design. So you just have to follow the step-by-step way, and the purpose of this tutorial is for you to be able to use your PixelLab very well to design. And so let's start. So the first thing you need to do is to determine your background and the size of your design. So because this is just a social media post, I will be going to the fourth section of PixelLab, that is the background. You will click on this place that says from gallery. So when you click on it, you'll be able to select depending on your phone settings. So all you just have to do is to look for the background you want to use, whether you download it from Pinterest, or you created it yourself using Photoshop or PixArt on its own. So but for me, I use PixArt to create the background, so I'll be going straight to PixArt. For that design I created a lot of backgrounds, but I'll be using this one this time around. So you can specify the ratio of your, but I've already set the size to 1:1 ratio. So then I'll just click this mark. You can decide to flip it if you want, turn it upside down if you want, but I will leave it like this. Then I'll click on this mark to set it as my background. So the next thing for me to do is to bring in the logo. I already have the design I want to make in mind. So like I told you before, if you want a design idea, you can go to Pinterest. But if you are creative enough, you can also sit down and think of how you want your design to go. So the first thing to bring in here is our logo. I've already downloaded the logo online and I've removed the background. That is an Instagram logo. So to do that, you will go to the object section. Like I told you, we have 5 sections. The third one in the middle, which is for object, then you click on import. So when you click on import, you will find whatever I'm looking for. So here it is. You click on it. This is the what we'll be using, our logo. So after importing the logo, now this is where it gets more tricky. Whenever you are resizing any object, if you deliberately want to make it shrink, that's another thing. But naturally, whenever you are resizing an object, make sure that you use this side instead of this side. When you do this, it will affect the structure of your image. It's not always advisable to do that. So just hold this handle and resize it with it like that. So in graphic design, you need to observe the spacing, like the padding and the spacing around your design. You need to give it some space, so more focus will be on whatever content you have placed on your design. So not that it should be too close to the edge of your design. No, give it some space. So that's that, because space itself is part of visual element that you need to know in graphic design. Like I said, I will still create a tutorial on graphic design topic on its own. So just follow up and try to subscribe and follow me up on YouTube. You will see some my tutorial on graphic design soon. But for now, let's put our logo here. So, and then after you have picked the placed the logo on the design, the next thing is the name of the branch of this organization, which is Ondo State Chapter. Come to this place that says A, click on it, it's for text. So, and click on this plus that says text. So when you click on it, you will see this. So click on this edit. Like I told you before, this A is for text properties. Every settings you want to make for on your text will be there. So just click on edit, and then we are going to write Ondo State Chapter. So I want the text to be bold and still very small, so I'm going to change the font. I'm still on this place. Before you can make any settings, you must first of all click on that object. So like if you click on the logo, nothing will be here, but when you click on the text, you will see some properties here. So we are going to go to the font and click on font. Then we are going to change the font to some other bold text. Let's choose Roboto. That one or that one, both of them are okay, but let's choose this one and then click OK here. So if you want to know how to import font into your PixelLab application, I will create a tutorial on that, but not in this one. So I would like the color to be similar to that of the logo. I want this name I put here to be similar to that of the logo. So I'm going to pick a color from that logo for the, and also so that there will be more contrast between the background and then the Ondo State Chapter. So I'm going to come to color under the property of text. I'll click on the color, and then I can just pick a yellow color from here if I wish, but just to be sure, I'm going to use this plus button to add my color. So you can, pick yellow color from here also, but most colors you might be deceived sometimes if you don't look clearly to which color you are choosing. You may think you are picking yellow, sometimes you even pick green or whatever. So I will use this eyedropper here to pick my color. When I click on the eyedropper, I will switch to that logo and click on the exact color they use for the logo. So, and I'll click on the mark button here to select it, then OK. So my logo is carrying the color of the logo now. So on those State Chapter, we have created two things. So just to be sure too, you may not be, there is need for accuracy in your work. So we are going to learn a few things now. To make my work look very neat and accurate on the left hand side, what I use is a ruler. PixelLab half ruler. So I'm going to click on this ruler and the top side here. You will see it here. I'll click on it. So you can edit the way you want the grid line to look like by coming to this place, click on it, then when you click on it, you'll be able to add more to the lines and also be able to delete the line. So I'm going to add one more line and place it at that left hand side. So let me add it by clicking on this plus button, this one here. So then I will drag it and put it beside this place. So now, as from now henceforth, all my design will not go beyond that line. So if you are done, then you can close it. So now, so all my design will be around this line. If you really want it to be accurate, you can move it around, but might not be accurate enough. So just try to click on this zoom button. So once you have tapped on that zoom, you can use your two finger to drag. Do you get it now? So to drag and see it very well, then you can deactivate. If you don't deactivate the zoom, you won't be able to edit again. So just deactivate the zoom button so you can edit it. But if you are still feeling uncomfortable using this, so then the next thing is to use the position button here. We have relative position and we have what do you call it, we have the normal position. This is a absolute position, while this one is relative position. This relative position is very good if you are designing a graphic that has to do with center alignment. Yes, it's always help in that kind of design. So if you just click on it and you click on it, you put it in the middle straight without just once, and you get it done. So but this absolute is what I'm going to use. You can specify the moving speed, so the moving ratio or the moving speed. If you increase it, when you click on the right, it will jump faster forward, but if you reduce it, it will move slowly. But to get a precise position for your design, you need to lower it by 1 pixel so that you will be able to get a precise position for all your design. So I think it's okay like this now. So this position is for positioning your design. Now once you are done, click on the mark. So I'm going to take my zoom back to, when you click on it, you now click on this place, it will take you back to 100%. Then you can deactivate it now. So from our look here, it's still accurate. So what do we need next? We need the third text, which is present. So I will try to copy this same text. Now to do that, you will click on the text and you click on copy like this. So once you click on copy, you'll be able to see another text appearing, and then you can move it to the location you want it to be. So what I do to that text, you will notice that there is a line spacing. It's as if there is a space in each of these characters. Yes, there is space in each of these characters. And what do I do to do that, to achieve that? After clicking on the text, let's change the color to white, as you see in the, so click on white, so it's now white. Then what I do, then we need to edit it and write present.
Purchase your tracks today.
Present. So click OK. So the next thing is to put what we call line space. Is it line spacing? No, character spacing. So I'm going to click on, we have line spacing, we have character spacing. So I'm going to click on the character spacing here. So, and I'm going to increase it to the maximum. So after that, I click OK. So if you are having issue with it and you want to take it back, you can just click on this one, it will restore it back to the normal. You can space the letters, and you can also space word. That is, if you have more than one word in that character, you can space ordinary word or you space the letter. So it depends on your choice. But for me, I'm spacing the letter, so I'll click OK. Then we have the present button already, but the positioning is not still accurate with the rest. So I'm going to use the position button to bring it to the closer line. So okay, and take it upward a little bit. So I think you are good to go now. So once you are done with that, let me activate here. Okay, it's looking good. So the next thing here is our we have a box that houses our first edition. So we are going to create that just now. And how do we do that? We are going to, yes, the next thing is to go to the third section of our, in PixelLab, where we can see shapes. So I'm going to create a shape that looks like that color, and we can resize the shapes to whatever shape, whatever size we want it to be. Then click OK. Is either you edit it and put your color here from here. You can put your color here by choosing gradient. I will be bringing in the design I made recently. This same design, I will bring it in complete design, so I can pick from the colors there. So I'll click on the import there and try to bring in that design. I think this is it. So then I will click on OK. So after bringing in the design, I will try to hide it so it will not affect our current design. So I'm going to click on these layers and I will hide it clicking on this ice cancel. So I'll hide it now. Since I've hide it, I will now click on this box I drawn object. So this is where you go to. You click on this color properties. Under objects property, you click on that color, then you will enable it. So after enabling the colors, let me try to use and click on that different color so you can see how I pick the color. So I'll click on gradient, then I'll click on the plus button. So because that's the last color I choose, so it's still there. So just in case you want to see how I did that, so I'm going to click on this first side. Don't try to use this if you are not sure how to use it. So but if you are sure how to use it, no problem. So but in our other tutorial I will talk about mixing of colors using this one. So I'm going to cancel again and click on the plus button again. So this place is for choosing the color for the left hand side. So once you do that, once you are sure you are clicking on this place, then you click on this color bucket. So you click on it and I will be picking color from my previous design because I want it to be the exact color I use. So I will use this eyedropper. I can choose the color, of course I can choose any color here if I like, and then just click OK to be there. But I want to use the exact color I use for the previous design, for the design we are working towards to. So I will now click on this eyedrop. Then I've imported this into the PixelLab, so I can just, so every object that you import to your PixelLab will appear here, starting from the background to the logo to everything. But this is what I want to pick color from, so I'll be picking the color from this side. Okay, after selecting it, you will be seeing the color you select at the top side here. So then you can click on OK, then OK again. So click on the second side of the color and then click on the color bucket, click on the eyedropper again, then click on the what do you call it, the design. Then you click on the right side of the color. I think that's it. So you click OK and then OK again. So we have mixed two colors together, and don't worry, in I'll make sure I upload that tutorial on how you can mix different color. You can do a lot of things with colors here. So just click OK. So we have our design. So I will reduce the height so it will look exactly like the previous design. We are going to write our first edition in that. Now let's write our first edition. So I'm going to go to the text section and I'll click on text. Then I'm going to write I'm going to change the font to any other bold font, and a good one. I mean, my font, normally you will see font here, but if you are just downloading the PixelLab for the first time and using it for the first time, when you go to my font you might not see anything. So like I said, there will be a tutorial on how you can import fonts into your design. So I'm going to click on this Roboto Black because it's bold and very beautiful. So I'm going to click on it, and then I will, in this case I want to drag this R, but I'm unable to drag it. Of course I can zoom it, then deactivate the zoom and try to drag it. It will still be the same result, though luckily for you, if you are using big phone, you might be able to get it done. But just in case you find yourself in that kind of situation where you can't be able to drag it down, simple, for short, just use the position. That's what they are there for. Use the positioning button to drag, to bring it down and control it to where you want it to be. So you can then even decide to. So I'm going to be putting it like this so I can be able to edit it very well. I think for this design I use most of my fonts is just one. Okay, two. I use two different fonts. I only use two fonts for my design. It's very advisable as a graphic designer to use minimal fonts. Don't use too many fonts. At most 3 fonts. So 3 fonts is okay for your design, so it will not look too jam-packed and so on. So I'm going to click on this one and copy it. Then I will change it to off. I will go to the color of the previous design. I'll click on color, and then I will click on, I think it's just a normal color, so click on the plus button, use the eyedropper to pick from the design the color I used. So after that click OK, send OK again. So from the look of things here, I discovered that my design is still not as the other one looks like. So once we are done with that part, the next thing to do is session. So just copy this one. You need to learn how to use elements already made for you. So I will edit it and write session, then click OK. So I'll just try to increase it. So I think it's okay like this. Now, since we are done with that, the next thing to do is to import the icons and the name we put there. So the first icon there is the location icon. How did I get my icon? They are very simple. I went to Pinterest, download the icon, and then after downloading the icon, I removed the background and I brought it here. So I will talk about the removing of backgrounds next time. So I've already removed the background and I've done it, so I'm going to import it now. I change the font to another font so it will look different and still beautiful. So I'm going to be clicking on, I think I pick it from the normal font. This is what I use. I use a font called Days, and I click OK. So let me edit this one. Let me try to increase the time. So that's my own decision actually as a graphic designer. So that people can know that the time is diesel without asking what's time. So the time will be good for them to see clearly. So done and dusted. So to see our work, let's try to zoom out to 100% and let's remove the goddamn line we put there. So here is our beautiful and stunning design. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beloved Technology, so you can get more of this kind of design. I have more to give out. So once you are through with your design, if you like it, if you don't like it, make adjustment to it. But once you are through with your design, the next thing for us to do is to come to this place. In this top side, you will see something that looks like a save button here. You will click on the save. You can save your project as a project. I can just write ANC 1111. I like and click OK. Then you can also save it as image. That is the most important part, because you want to upload it, right, or you want to print it. So you click on save as image. This is very important. You need to specify which format you want to use, either PNG or JPEG. If your design require transparency, then you need to pick PNG. But if it doesn't require transparency, you just leave it at JPEG. Then you need to pick the dimension and quality of your design. If you pick, it's just the more downward you are picking, is the more quality your design will look like. So I'm going to pick on ultra, so my design will be very quality. So, and when you are zooming, it will not go blurry. That's the important part. So then I'll click on save to gallery, then it will be saved. So once it has been saved, you can have access to it on your phone. Yeah. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my video, and share it so others can view, because I still have more I still want to do tutorial on. So it's not just about removing of background alone, changing your background, designing background and creating logos. Those are not my limit. I still have more. There are so many tricks in PixelLab that will stun you. 3D design, many kind of design, they are there. But once you like my video and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it will encourage me to do more. So God bless you. God bless you. Kanchamida. Those are the Korean fans.
God is the father of all creativity. Devil only duplicate God's wisdom into fraudulent and deceitfulness. I only hope you can join this end-time army against devil's strategy and technology and use it for God's purpose in all areas. God bless you.